secret place where there's only you and me. I don't know what to do, I'm so confused, and I need peace. Take me away. Take me away. Take me Sometimes life weighs me down. I try to press on, but every time I turn around, it seems like I'm up against the wall. My life's upside down. I need to rest away from all life's mess. In your secret place, where there's only you and me. I don't know what to do, I'm so confused, and I need peace. Take me away to your secret place. Take me away to your secret place. Take me to
Beautiful people. I don't normally go live. I don't normally go live, y'all. I really don't. But I might start. But I've been sharing on my story, on my timeline, on my IG at Inez K. Jones, and on Facebook. Oh, hey, Tammy girl. Thank you for joining in. Mwah. And I have been sharing about these birds. Oh my goodness. So if you know me, you know I love animals. And this bird journey has just touched my soul. And they flew the coop of the nest today. They flew the coop. And so I really was excited to watch it, honestly, because I have not ever had this experience. Like, it was new for me. I'm a Chicago girl, so you know they don't really build a nest in the city like that. But now that I'm in the burbs, they actually are building it. Oh my gosh, so many people jumping on. Hello, I've never even done live, so y'all bear with me. But I just had to share this because the Lord put it on my spirit that I needed to share it. And so a few things. One, I hope y'all saw my stories. And if you missed the stories about the birds, it was actually, what's it called? An American robin was the kind of birds. The bird made the nest right outside of our front door, like legit outside of the front door. And I at first was nervous about her making the nest, and I was like, oh, I think we should knock it down before she makes it all the way, because I don't think that this is good. I've heard that the birds get real feisty, especially the moms, and you know, maybe we shouldn't do it, you know, let her do it. And my mom was like, no, just let her do it. And then so we let her build it, and then the wind blew the whole thing down. Blew it all down. It was just gone. And so the wind blew the whole thing down, and I'm waving at y'all as we're doing it. I guess you got to multitask on this thing. And so overnight, she rebuilt her nest. Overnight, she rebuilt that nest. I mean, everything was on all the hay and the straw, which I don't even know where she gets all this stuff from. It was so much of it. I was like, where is all this coming from? I was actually out there one day doing my meditation. And if you don't know about that, we'll talk about that later. But in my 21 days of abundance meditations, and I saw the hay and the straws, and that's how I realized she was building a nest. And so the wind had knocked it down. She stayed up all night and just rebuilt it. I mean, and I'm gonna post the pictures after this live, so in the videos and everything I got, I'll post it all for everybody that missed it over the past 2 weeks. I think I've been tracking this journey 2 or 3 weeks. And so she built it and she laid them eggs, baby. And so these eggs are blue. So they were just beautiful eggs, blue eggs that she laid. And every day she did a new one. Day 1, day 2, she laid a new one. And the nest was very intricately. I mean, you would have thought somebody took a needle and was sewing that hay together. I don't know how she did it. And the Lord has, you know, the mysterious ways of our Mother Nature, right? And so she built that nest. And so I was just like, man, everything got knocked down from her. You know, what lesson is there in that? Because there's lessons in this whole thing, and I want to go through it. And I was like, somebody needs to hear this. I don't know who it is, but somebody needs to hear this. And so even though I haven't really been live, I've been shy to do the lives, I said, let me just embrace this and let me take my leap and go ahead and do it. So thank y'all for joining and watching. I hope something blesses you. But so anyway, back to my story. So in a night, you know, everything that she has been spending the past week and a half, I think, building and putting together, got knocked over by it was bad storms out here, and she rebuilt it all in one day. So what took her a week before, it took her one day to do it. And I think that resonates on so many levels. It could be such a metaphor for what is it that you got knocked down. In this pandemic time, we done all got slapped, okay? Choop, 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 couple times. Did you get back up? But did you get back up? Did you get back up, and did you do it again? And not only did you do it again, but did you do it again, and did you do it better? Okay, because she, better, faster, I mean, you would have never thought it got knocked down. It was amazing. And I was worried because it was so small. I was like, well, you know, what if they fall? I told my mama, I said, let's put some pillows down. Because my heart can't take walking out here to see no dead babies. You know, what happens if they jump too soon? Let's put some pillows down around it. My mom was like, no, they'll be fine. I was like, okay. She said, they usually do it in the tree branches, Inez. I was like, oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna let Mother Nature do its thing. So every day there was a new egg, and so I took pictures, and she laid 3 total, and then she had to sit on them, right? And so during the formation, I guess, period, I don't know the technical term, but they had to be warmed, and she had to keep them. And she was smart because she built them right under like our, I don't even know what you call it, but they had covering. So when it rained, she didn't get wet, they didn't get wet. It was very smart. And so she sat on there day and night. I mean, she sat on that baby. You know, it's almost, you know, clearly she's giving birth. And for me, it was like, I'm watching another animal give birth, right? These eggs are gonna come to life. And so I was excited about it. And, you know, I've been posting the videos on my stories for you all to see, and the pictures and things. I haven't posted them all, but I'll post after this for those of you who missed my stories, because those disappeared. And for the longest time, we didn't see the dad. Okay, and my sister, bless her heart, Mo says, oh, she got a deadbeat dad. He ain't nowhere to be found. We did not see him at all, okay? And if you don't know, the robin is a real beautiful bird, orange breast with a little, the girls have like a little more white at the bottom, so real beautiful bird. They lay blue eggs, I mean, come on. And so, but as she was sitting on, when she kind of didn't want to leave, I guess, when she barely left to even eat, and as it got closer to the time that they were going to hatch, so once they actually hatched, then we saw the father. We saw him more. Now, he might have come and flew in between, but we didn't see him. We didn't see him until the end. And he came and he brought her food. This kind of bird only eats worms. Now, we feed the birds in the back bird seed because we love the animals and we just do it, and they love us. And I think I posted some pictures of all the different kind of birds because I got everything out here, okay? And this father, we took the picture and sent it to my sister. She said, oh, so he's not a deadbeat dad. I was like, no, he's not. He's actually helping out. Thank you. But the worms, they had to not only get them out the ground, and then the mom had to like chew them and like regurgitate it to give it to the baby. And then he was bringing it to her. And so I was like, wow, that's teamwork. That's teamwork, okay? And I was just thinking, well, how does this relate? How does this relate to us as humans? And I think it relates in a lot of ways. For you and your partner and your significant other, whether you are married or not, you know, with children, are you co-parenting? Are you working together? Because when she had to stay on those eggs and needed to keep them warm when it was cold outside, he brought her food, right? When she couldn't actually fly herself to go get her own food, he did it for her, right? And so ask yourself, are you doing that for your significant other? Both ways, you know, men and women. But I loved watching that and that partnership. And I love that she left sometimes to take care of herself, because a lot of times we forget to take care of ourselves. And I'm guilty of it, Lord, I am. But we forget to take care of ourselves. And so remember that even though you might be nursing or taking care of children or loved ones or elderly parents, don't forget to take care of you. don't forget to take care of you at the end of the day, because it makes such a difference. And I actually looked it up to see energetically and spiritually what that means. And when you see a certain kind of animals, you know, there's reasons behind seeing different animals, so y'all can Google that later. But this one in particular meant that prosperity was coming, that this was a season that's supposed to be a really good sign. And so I just thought that was just so beautiful that she chose to make her nest right outside my door. So there's no way I could have missed it. So we made the decision to not use the front door as much, so that we wouldn't scare them away every time we go out, so she could do what she needed to do to hatch these babies. And they hatched, and let me tell you, these little things hatched, and they look like little aliens. They were not pretty. They were not pretty when they first hatched. And I learned and did research and found out that they are actually born blind. And so I was like, wow, they can't even see. They're dependent upon their parents for everything. And much like our babies, although, you know, they usually can see, they're dependent on you for everything. And so it was just so powerful to me to be able to witness this journey. And even though they started off as little ugly ducklings, as the saying goes, man, they were so pretty, like in a matter of days. I mean, these things grew fast. And so they got bigger and they're steady being fed. And then yesterday, my mom called me hollering. I thought something was really wrong. And they apparently, we thought they fell out the nest. Or maybe one knocked the other one down. And so I was like, oh no, somebody's hurt. Oh, we're gonna have to call the animal people. I don't even know who to call. We're gonna figure out who to call. But what I found out, and then the way they're in like our patio area. So one of them, when we went out to try to check on him, he got scared and just ran out. And we're like, oh no, he's gonna get eaten out here. It's too many. The hawk gonna get him, the coyote. Oh no, he got to come back. It wasn't time for him to leave the nest yet. And we were having such a trouble. Me and my mom was out there for 2 hours. We call ourselves trying to save the birds. But I looked it up later. I didn't have time in the moment, y'all, so don't judge me. Later, I found out we should have just let them be, because that's part of the process. So I was like, well, that's a lesson, because who are we doing too much for? Who are you doing too much for that you need to just let them be and figure it out on their own? Who is it that is in your space, right, that needs to be pushed out of the nest? Just a little bit, right? Give them a little nudge so that they can learn on their own, because the birds couldn't fly. Yet yesterday, they could not fly. They were, hopping. One got a little height off the ground, but they weren't flying. So I was like, oh, something's gonna get them. They might need another day or two. So, in our smartness, we decided to close it off so they wouldn't run out again after we got the one back in. And tried to put them back in the nest, and only the littlest one, there are 3 of them. So we got the big one, I'm called the middle one, it was the little rowdy one that ran away, and then the baby, which is like the runt of the bunch. And so I was like, well, maybe just the baby might need some more time. And literally, we needed to let Mother Nature do its thing, okay? Because as of today, they all have left the nest. And this was really interesting to watch, because I had told my mom, like, well, let's stop trying to put them back in there. Maybe this is just Mother Nature. We just let it do its thing. And then once we looked it up, we confirmed, like, okay, well, we're going to just let them be. The mom and dad still came back and forth and fed them worms. They still came back and forth and fed their babies. And the biggest one flew first. And so I got a little video of that one. We caught that one flying. The biggest one flew first, and it was a beautiful thing. And then the mom and dad tried to get the others to follow suit, right? And so the rowdy one was trying his hardest. He was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing, figure it out. And he jumped to get over what we had tried to keep him in. We tried to build a wall, and he jumped over that hurdle. So what hurdle and wall do you need to jump over? And the mom was still feeding that one as he stood up there getting ready to make that leap and that jump. And then the baby was too scared to do anything. The baby was just not going. I was like, don't abandon the baby. Please don't abandon the baby, because I'm gonna have to take this baby in. I'm gonna have a bird in the house. And so the mother stopped feeding the baby. And I was like, well, that's cruel. What? She would only come and feed the middle one. And the big one was flying, so then the dad was teaching that one how to do the worms in the grass, or how to, eat. Let me tell you, I was like, oh, she was like, okay, well, you don't want to try to get out? You're not going to eat. You don't want to try to get, you're not going to eat. So, oh, well, we're going to see what happens because you got to do your part. And I was like, wow, this is powerful. Like, this can transfer over so in so many different ways, like, especially for children. And I don't have them yet, but hopefully one day, God willing. And what are you doing? Are you overdoing it for your children? Are you overdoing it for your students, for the educators? Because sometimes we haven't birthed no kids, but that don't mean we ain't raised them, because I done raised a few, okay? And helped in a lot of ways with the children. Are you overdoing it, right? Are you letting them soar on their own? Are you just giving them a little push? Or are you not giving them that tough love that they need? Because sometimes they need that tough love. Sometimes they need to be pulled back a little bit. And so we went, my mom actually, because we read it said that if they do need a little help, you just put them up like on a porch or in a stoop or just something higher. That's the only help that you give them. And we didn't touch them because we thought that if you touched it, the mom would have disowned. I found out that that's not even true. Like, that's a myth that I thought was like truth. But anyway, so we got the thing and scooped it up and helped it up. So we helped it up on the porch and it would not jump down. It did not the baby did not want to take the leap. It rolled back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That mama came in. She swooped in and boop, knocked that baby off the ledge. I was like, what is going on here? And the baby was just fine. And it was in the grass. And it was on the side that she wanted the baby to be on. And so, she pushed that baby out the nest, And I was like, ooh. Ooh, who needs a push out of the nest? Who do you need to push out of the nest? It might not be a kid. It could be a friend, right? It could be you. What leap do you need to take? What do you need to push yourself to do if you're single or you don't have a mentor or a coach or someone that's, doing that for you? Like, where do you need to push? Where do you need to stretch a little bit? And even though I was worried about the baby getting hurt, the baby was just fine. The baby was just fine and started learning how to get its own food. And while it hopped around, and hopefully, I guess in a day, they'll all be flying, maybe two, but because they all were born where they were laid one day ahead of time. So there are a little difference in their variations of growth, but it was an amazing experience. And I was just like, wow, this relates on so many different levels. And I had to take a minute and reflect for myself. What is it that I'm not taking my leap on? Well, one of it was doing these Facebook Lives. So, boop, I had to get my own symbol. Now I'm doing that. And so there'll be more to come, different topics and things. But I just wanted to share this because these were so many lessons that I wouldn't have expected to even think about or to have come from a simple journey of a bird laying her eggs and the teamwork that it took with that father being in it. And so I was thinking about like, well, how does this apply in business? Because, I run multiple businesses, so I'm always got my thinking cap on. And so how does this apply? Well, in businesses, especially if you're a coach or with my educational background, as a teacher, you're somebody's coach, right? Because you're teaching those students. You're a coach to those students. And then, of course, coaches have different clients. And then mentors have their mentees. And then parents have their students. have their children. And so I was thinking, like, what are you doing with them? There's different ways because those three babies had three different approaches to this flying thing, okay? One was scared to jump. One was ready to run, even though he didn't know what the heck he was doing and wasn't ready to do it yet. And the other one soared, okay? And so there was different levels of care that was given. And sometimes that tough love is needed. Sometimes that push is needed. Sometimes that stretch is needed. I tell my Mary Kay team all the time, like, if I haven't made you a little bit mad, I'm not doing my job as your coach. And people are like, oh, what? Well, you want to make me mad? Hear me out. A good coach, a good mentor is going to upset you at some point or the other. And if they haven't, it could be good. But most times you're going to have a minute where you're like, why she say that? Or I don't know if I want to do that. And what that is, if we really understand it, is that's you being pushed out of the nest, pushed outside of your comfort zone, pushed outside of what you thought that you could do, pushed outside of your limiting beliefs because they believe more in you than maybe you do in yourself at this moment. So Who is pushing you? Or do you need to push yourself? What business are you meant to create during this time? What song are you meant to write? What book are you meant to publish during this season, right? So sometimes you can have somebody else to give you a little nudge, and sometimes you gotta push your doggone self. Sometimes you gotta push yourself, and you just gotta be okay to take that leap of faith, to take that jump and just do what you know is on your heart, because each and every one of us has a mission and a purpose on this earth. Each and every one of us. And if you are struggling to figure out what that is, if you don't realize that your mission and your purpose are two different things, I would recommend that you meditate. And I said I was gonna come back to meditation, so this was just perfect. Meditate. And if you're like I was, I had a lot of trouble meditating at first. A lot of trouble meditating. I was like, my brain, it's too much going on. I can't shut it off. I can't think, it's just too hard to do. It's too hard to do. And I also used to be the person that would tell people like, well, God doesn't talk to me directly. He talks to me through other people. He gives me messages through other people or signs. He never really has talked to me directly. That's just not been the relationship I've had with him. And one of my Mary Kay directors at New Direct Education with me, she was like, girl, you just give it some time and you focus and you pray on that you can hear him more clearly. He'll talk to you. And you'll hear him. I was like, well, what does it even sound like? Do you hear a different voice? Are you hearing your voice? Like, I don't know what you mean when you say that. I really don't. And I am just so blessed that was a few years ago, that I now have been able to experience it. And I believe that everyone should and will and can. And I do believe that it starts with meditation. And I believe that prayer is a form of meditation. It's your quiet time. It's when you quiet the mind and you can hear. And sometimes it might be your voice that you hear in your head. It might be something else, or it just might be an idea that pops in your head. It might be a burst of inspiration that comes into your life and your mind. And in that moment, you're supposed to write it down. Act on it if it's, not during your actual meditation time. But a lot of times I find when I'm talking to some of my friends, and they're spitting some good things, or they made a great joke, or a nice little run on a song, or whatever it is, I'm like, you need to write that down. They'll say, I said all the time, you need to write that down. No, right now. Because a lot of times we miss it. We miss the gifts that are being given to us from our angels because we don't take the time to just write it down, to make a voice memo on your phone, to write it down in your notes, so that you can have it and that you will look back and you would have probably already wrote a book and didn't even realize it because of all the different notes that you have. And you can write it on a piece of paper too, but paper gets lost. So I'm a firm believer in, saving things multiple ways, but, do whatever works for you. But whatever it is that's in your spirit, make sure that you take the time to meditate on it. Or if you already know what you're meant to do, make sure that you're acting on it, because your gift, your purpose, your mission is tied to someone else's. Their destinies are attached to yours. Hear that? Because if you think about it a little differently, it's not about you. You starting that business, you creating that book, you going through with that idea, you deciding to get an extra stream of income and make some extra money with something that's already established. I gotta put my Mary Kay plug in there, okay? But whatever it is for you, you are able to achieve it. You are able to achieve it, but you got to give yourself a push and you got to act on it, and you have to have that quiet time. And this 21 day of abundance meditations has been great for me, and I opened it up to do it with a couple other people, and some of y'all said yes, some of y'all said no, but if you are interested, I'm gonna do another round, because I believe that the guided meditations are even better, and the accountability of doing it with a group helps you to stay focused, and you see the benefits. I mean, I've had so many blessings, checks in the mail I wasn't expecting, things happening that Lord knows I needed, but I didn't understand that I had to be in a space to be able to receive it. You have to be in a gratitude, a grateful state of being, so that your vibration and your frequency is higher, so that you can match what you're supposed to get and what you're supposed to have, okay? And I was thinking about, well, if you don't know how to do it, you just have to try. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. I mean, you don't know how to I don't know, play basketball before you try it, right? And then once you try it, you're not good at first. Nobody is. I don't care if nobody was. They practiced at it. Everybody saw the Kobe thing. Rest in peace, Kobe. The practice. They practice at it. They practice at it. They practice at it. Okay? And so the same thing applies here with you finding that quiet time and that space to make sure that you're aligned with your soul's purpose and your soul's mission on earth. And I just think it's so powerful. And a lot of times, people always think about how you take care of yourself, right? And I'm gonna probably end with this. But people always think about how you take care of yourself. And we talk about taking care of your skin because your skin is the #1 largest organ in your whole body. So head to toe, you gotta take care of your skin. And you know, if you need any skincare, hit us up. We got you. Hashtag Mary Kay. But with your actual insides, right? We all know that if something's going wrong, we're going to go to the doctor. Back in the day, they would go to whoever the herbalist was, right? Whoever was really good at that kind of thing. And so to be healed. If you are in an accident, I was in a car accident about a decade ago or so and messed up. I couldn't turn. And what did I have to do? Well, I had to go to a chiropractor to work on my bones, right? When my muscles are sore, I do what? I get a massage. Shout out to Elijah Hands, okay? And y'all look him up on Facebook. He on here and he will travel, okay? I get a massage. You massage your muscles there, right? So you're actually taking care of yourself, your whole body. Self-care is so much bigger than what I think we understand it to be. Your body, with your skin that's on it, of course, is an organ, but then you work out, right? You work out to take care of your body, to stay in shape, to stay healthy, right? I'm in the process of losing weight, okay? So I'm working out more, right? Cardio, etc. That's a muscle. We're using it. We're exercising it. We're doing it more. When you might not know, but when you are sick, one thing that you can do is that you can see someone called a naturopath. Shout out to Dr. Hill, my lovely naturopath, that helps to clean out your lymphatic system, your lymph nodes, which you have in certain places. Here, like here. You got a few different spots for your lymph nodes. And clearing those out actually helps your body to get rid of toxins. And so she was able to help me with stuff that the doctors at Mayo Clinic, everything else, could not help me with by just going to her and cleaning out my lymphatic system and drinking lots of water. And oh my goodness, on the water. If you don't know, the best water is alkaline water, okay? Alkaline water, then you got Kangen water, and then you got spring water, and then you have filtered water, then you got tap water, and then you got purified. If everybody drinking that purified water, trust me, y'all like hurting your bodies more than you ever know. And that's, you Google it if you don't understand. But back to the body. So we're doing all this. We know about this. And a lot of times we say, okay, well, what are you doing to feed your mind, right? And we'll talk about personal development books. We'll talk about audio books. We'll talk about learning something new. And all of that's great. And it feeds your intellectual brain. But what about the other part of the brain that they claim that we don't use? What are you doing to feed that, right? What are you doing to feed your soul? What are you doing to feed that part of you, that side of you? Because all of these are pieces, right? I just told you about the bones with the chiropractor, the massage therapist for the muscles, right? Working out for exercise, the doctor or herbalist for the internal, the naturopath for the lymphatic system, drinking the proper waters, and then of course the proper foods that you put in your body. We're not even gonna go into that, but that's important, what you're feeding it, what you're giving it. But also feeding it positivity is super important. To have positivity, but you also have to treat your energy. And this is the part that I realize now that a lot of people don't realize. And I haven't really shared with anybody, so this is actually my first time sharing with the world, but I'm a certified Reiki practitioner. And that's what Reiki does. Reiki's like a doctor for your energy. It helps to align your chakras. And a lot of times I think people are scared of meditation and Reiki and just things that they just don't really understand because, one, they haven't done the research, but two, they think that it would, not align with their religion, etc. And I'm a God-fearing woman, okay? And so trust and believe that whether you understand it or not, you're already operating and using energy. And a lot of people know, and you can feel like when somebody's really negative, you can feel that energy and you can feel the positive energy, and you can sense, sometimes when things are off. And and how you align it to better align with your soul's purpose, to better have a better connection with that man above, so that you can hear clearly your mission and your purpose on this earth, right? So that you can get divine inspiration from your angelic guides. What it is that you have to align your chakras, and you have to work on your Reiki energy, and it is powerful. It can activate your body's own healing abilities. It can also help you to just feel better, quite honestly. And it doesn't even require touch. It can be done long distance, or it can be done in person. I prefer in person, but there's a lot of ways. And so it's a beautiful blessing. And my cousin, shout out Mark Christmas, I'm gonna post his video in the comments, so he does a great video about what is Reiki. And as he explains it, he's like, well, Jesus healed with his hands. The energy Jesus used that funneled through him was Reiki energy. Okay, I was like, oh, that's a great way to explain it, Mark. That's a great way. And so I don't know if it's a new term for some of you, but I just felt that it was put on my spirit and in my energy that I needed to share this with you all. And that, are you taking care of everything? Are you taking care of the whole you? Because yes, the food, yes, the workout. And if you didn't know about the lymphatic system, you get you a naturopath, okay? But also, you have to work on your energy. And everyone has been real familiar these days with the secret and gratitude and positivity and all that. It's like right now in the world, we're in a space where people are awakening, okay? And the conscious energetic magnetic field of the earth is shifting, and those who know understand what I mean by that. And so that's powerful, because what that means is that now's the time. Now is the time for you to operate in your greatness. Now is the time for you to step out and take that leap, for you to push yourself out of the nest. Back to my birds. Push yourself out of the nest and take that leap. And now that you've aligned your energy and your prayer life and your meditation, and that you know what you're supposed to do, and you can hear without a lot of racket and noise, now you can really fulfill your mission, and now you can help others, because it's not just about you. And so I realized, as I was like, I don't know if I should do it live. That's me being selfish, because it's not about me. Because what I'm saying is meant to touch the person that hears it, that it really resonates with. And so I just thought that it was so crazy that all of this download came today, and everything, and all of the similarities and just the teachings and the lessons that have come from it all could be beneficial for you all. And so I was like, man, I ain't even told nobody about my Reiki, not for real, but it's okay. I love it, and it's a beautiful thing. And if you've never tried it, I'd say try it, okay? And you can, I can put in the links how to book sessions and things, but it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just so grateful that I was open, because I was really sick. I probably low-key had this thing. And because I already had a rare illness, any sickness triggers it, and it's like worse for me, like 10 times worse for me. And so I was out for the count, for real. But instead of normally when I would have had to been hospitalized for different episodes and things, I was able to heal myself with Reiki. And then my teacher also helped me as well with just Reiki energy, and then watching the foods. And I did a cleanse, the master cleanse, lemon cleanse. Some people call it the Beyonce diet. If you haven't done it, you need to do it, and you'll realize how mental food is. And I'm feeling better than ever. I done dropped 16 pounds. I got energy. I feel alive again. I feel me again. I'm healthy. And I, didn't get my grandma sick, because I locked myself in the room just in case, because I didn't know. I didn't actually get the test. But that was powerful, that I was even able to do that I was even able to be able to do a different approach. And so maybe there's something in your life that you need to take a different approach to, that you've been thinking about, or you've been kind of bumping your head against a wall a little bit with. Step back, meditate, and then wait to receive, and take a different approach, because the messages will come. Sometimes they come in subtlety, sometimes they come in numbers, sometimes they come in just like you just get a random idea in your head, like act on it, or at least write it down at the very least. And so I just love, 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 love. And don't ask me how all this came out of the birds, but let me tell you, it did. Because I was upstairs like, oh. And so I was like, well, I don't want to forget anything. So I was recording myself, just my thoughts. And I was like, I'll just upload this recording. I was like, no, it's not the same. You got to push yourself and do the live. So listen, I'm giving advice to you, but I'm ministering to myself too, right? As I minister to you, I minister to myself. I love that song. And it just helped me to realize and believe, and especially with the the meaning behind those specific birds being, prosperity. I'm like, yes, the best is yet to come. And I love that song too. Y'all know I got music in my heart. And so the best is yet to come. And I do believe it. And so take a second and listen. Look at Mother Nature, okay? Because there are so many lessons and things that we could learn from Mother Nature that we probably just are oblivious to because we're not thinking about it. We're just not thinking about it, and we're living life and going in emotion. But I want y'all to really take the time to love on the people who are in your space. And oh my goodness, I'm gonna wave at everybody. I had all of these missed waves. Hello, everyone. I didn't call out no names. But take the time to figure out what that is for you and what purpose that you are meant to act on. What is your mission and how do they align? Because your mission and your purpose aren't the same. A lot of times people misunderstand that. And so your soul's purpose is powerful and you have a reason. And for those of you who have children, you have been blessed to usher them into their purpose. Like that, I mean, that's an honor and a privilege to be able to do that for your babies. And just remember that sometimes you gotta give them a little tough love. Sometimes you gotta give them a little push at the nest. Sometimes they have to take that leap on their own. Sometimes they'll just soar. And I am just so grateful for, listen, everybody that prayed for me, okay? I always say that, listen, everybody, thank you, because I'm coming out of a season right now, but I just love that not only will I, as I say, you go through the fire, you come out even more, you come out sharper, better, and I just thought about the birds, they were so beautiful. I'm gonna post the post after in all the little videos so y'all can see everything I have, because it was just such a journey to watch over this last, I feel like it was just 2 weeks. It might have been 3, but I really think it was like 3, maybe since she started trying to build her nest, but 3 weeks, and now they're gone. I don't know if I ever see them again. They done flown the nest, so it's a little bittersweet. But that's what's supposed to happen, right? Empty nesters, as the term is. And so I thought that this resonated for entrepreneurs. I think it resonates for parents. I think it resonates for coaches. I think it resonates for teachers. I think it resonates for individuals, even single folks, because we all have something that we're holding back on. We all have something that we haven't taken that leap of faith on. We all have something that we haven't pushed ourselves as much as we should. Or are you doing that for your friends? I mean, because a real good friend is gonna give you a push and give you a little pop. Well, you need a pop like that mama did, boy. I couldn't teach you. Popped them right on off the layers. Like, it's time to go. It's time to go. And so I just want you to know that now is your time. It's your time, and it's my time. Look, it's all our time. Now is the time. And so I am so grateful for all y'all that hopped on here and everybody that watched later. Put hashtag replay and comments, and I will do some more because I'm gonna push myself a little bit and get to putting out some of the things that I have been working on and holding back on to release to the world, because it's good with me, but it doesn't help anybody with me. Right? It doesn't help until you share it so that others can read it, so others can hear it, so others can see it, touch it, feel it, whatever it is, so that it can be beneficial for them, so that they can learn from the lessons you've learned, because quite honestly, that's all it is. This, a lesson from a mistake, right? It's either it's a wisdom or it's a lesson or it's a blessing, okay? And so I am just grateful for y'all hopping on here. I thank y'all. Oh Lord, I'm never gonna, there's a lot of people that joined. Hey y'all. And I didn't wave at anybody. I'm new to this. And it's funny because I go live in my group all the time, my private group, but not really on my pages. And so I was like, well, what the heck? We'll see. But it was a beautiful journey to watch, and I just say take the time to appreciate the little things. And I think if you haven't learned anything else during this time, You didn't need a lot of stuff you thought you needed. Except for the nail shops, okay? Because I'm going through it over here. Oh, for the nail shops and my eyebrows, Lord. But, you know, people have learned to do it themselves or relearned how to do it themselves. Like, it's an amazing thing. So we didn't need as much as we thought we needed. We can live simpler lives. And what were we taking for granted? That quality time with our family, just taken for granted. All these things that we were just so accustomed to. And, you know, or maybe it made you realize that you need a plan B or plan C, right? Maybe you need A, B, C, and D, okay? And because a job necessarily isn't promised. I mean, even business owners, right, who just had that one stream of income, stuff happens that's out of our control. And so maybe you need more. And I'm reading the comments now. Oh, I miss you, Nolani. Hey, girl. Oh, thank you, Paulette. Thank you. I do hope that it was sunshine on a cloudy day. It was amazing, and it hit me so strong, and I almost didn't do this live. I was like, oh, well, I'll just make a video or something later. I recorded it, so I have it. And the Lord was like, no, I gave it to you for you to share with the world now. So I had to be obedient and do it. And so I hope that if you came in at the end that you can, oh yes, that's my grandma, Sandy. And so I hope that you go back and watch it and so you understand the correlation. And I don't know, y'all, my brain moves fast, so I probably bounced a couple of topics, but I tried to bring it back because it was just such a beautiful thing to see, and I had never seen before. Some of you who, I don't know, are used to suburban life or on the farms, this is nothing to you, but it was just amazing for this city girl, okay? It was amazing to watch and then just to apply different lessons to it that can resonate in my life and hopefully in your life in more ways than one. And so yes, girl, watch it from the beginning, because I'm wrapping up. I don't even know, this thing doesn't have a time, but look, I'm like Erykah Badu, I don't got a concept of time. She said that, I was like, facts, I don't have a concept of time. So I don't know how long I've been on here, but hopefully it wasn't too long. And I just wanted to share it while it was on my heart, while it was fresh in my brain, in my download. And I might have forgot something that's on my recording, so I'll see if I did or didn't and maybe add it to the post. And I just want y'all to be safe out here. I want y'all to make sure that you're thinking positively and that you're actively practicing gratitude, because it will change. It will change your frequency. It will change your vibration. And then once you meditate and have that quiet time with you and whomever you believe in, okay? Because I got friends on every end of the spectrum, but just have that quiet time so that you can hear what you're meant to do and watch it change some things. And if you want to participate in the 21 Days of Abundance for the next round, send me an inbox or comment below or something, and I'll put you in the group. You have to have WhatsApp to do it, but that has been a blessing to me and to the people I've done it with, and the people I've had in the group. They're loving it, and it all, I think, is right on time, especially with the times now. And so I love y'all. I love my people. I love people. And Nolani. Listen, I just got my joy back, Nolani, okay? She said, you're always so full of joy. These last few months, baby, the sister was going through, okay? And so, but you know what? I think that's part of it. It's part of your trial. It's part of your testimony. It's part of your story. So if you're going through a storm now, just know that this too shall pass and that it will get better. Get better. Oh, that's a song. I posted that. I done said so many songs out here, and that's one of my songs. That one's Jason Taylor. Shout out for Get Better. I love that song. It's on iTunes on his new album called Only Hope. And so it will get better. But you do have to do your part. You have to be obedient, and you have to listen, right? And kind of use your discretion to discern if it's time to push, or if it's time to take a leap, or if it's time to soar and fly away. So these were the lessons I got from the birds. I hope it helped you. I'm signing off now. Inez K. Jones. Oh, I didn't say that. Follow me on all social media. Inez K. Jones on Instagram, on Facebook. InezKJonesConsulting.com for my scholarship business. And I'm on Twitter and everything as Inez K. Jones. YouTube too, actually, which maybe I'll start uploading the videos to the YouTube. Okay, so we'll see. But this is, I won't say the first of many because I did one many years ago when my birthday was coming up about the lessons I learned in my 30s. And now I'll be doing it more often as I'm pushing myself and I'm stepping out and doing what I'm meant to do and part of my purpose and mission on this beautiful planet. Oh, Chris, yes, I hope I taught you something. I hope I did. I talk fast, so I hope y'all kept up. There's always a rainbow after the storm. Yes, there is, Paulette. Yes. Sing some Mary Kay. Oh, I'll sing on a different live, Melanie. I don't know. I ain't ready yet. Hey, Jessica. Oh, thank you all for commenting. Thank you for being on. Thank you for watching. And, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. And so that's it, y'all. Have a good night. I love you. Bye.
There's only you and me. I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. And I need